Hey Bulldogs, let's see what's happening this week on Cold Blue News. Amy educates us on how drugs have an influence on teens. Sam comes back with another sports update. And finally, Coven goes around HMHS for another walk and talk with K-Banda. Now please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance in a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Good morning, Bulldogs. I'm Jordan Schaff here with Chuck LaRossi, and welcome back to Cold Blue News. To start off the show, today marks the midpoint in Term 3.
Already? I feel like it just started.
Time just flies when you're in school, Chuck.
Well, our lovely parent group has worked hard to make our time here more fun by creating the Bulldog Booster Bash.
But Chuck, what is the Bulldog Booster Bash?
Let me explain, Jordan. It is a fundraiser to raise $20,000. The profit will go to things such as class field trips, prom transportation, culture fairs, and many more. The registration opens March 6th on mybooster.com.
That sounds awesome. I'll be signing up for sure.
Another thing that's awesome, Jordan, is Read Across America Day.
You're right, Chuck. National Read Across America Day was yesterday, but the JFK's been celebrating all week. Today, members from the Student Council will go down and read to students in JFK. Teachers will also be going down to read to middle school students in their English class today.
There will be a meeting for all freshmen today after school in Miss Grant's room. All freshmen should try to attend. Now let's move on to a more serious talk. Drug influence on teens is something to not joke about, and although it's a sensitive topic, it needs to be addressed.
We're going to take it to Amy, who has more on this topic.
While substance abuse is prevalent in all ages, addiction to drugs and alcohol has been on the rise in teenagers. According to the NCDAS, youth drug abuse is a high-profile public health concern, with at least 1 to 8 teenagers abusing an illegal substance in the last year. 2016 graduate at Holbrook High School, Alex Westgate was your average teenager, from playing sports, popular in school, and going to the usual parties. But it was these parties that kick-started his addiction habits.
Addiction runs in my family, my mom, my dad, my brother, I've been around it my whole life. And I was like, that's not me. I just drink alcohol. I don't do drugs. So I never really looked at it like I had a problem.
In 2018, Westgate ended up being involved in a car crash in Holbrook. The 3 people in the car at the time were coming home from a party and were all under the influence. The incident ended up killing Westgate's best friend, Nicole Ritchie. In order to cope with the loss, Westgate's drinking addiction took a turn for the worse.
I coped with the pain of the accident and everything involved by just drinking. So I just started drinking every day from that point on. So like November of 2018.
At the age of 23, his severe depression made him realize that he needed to cut his addiction. Ever since he's taken treatment, he hasn't looked back since. Westgate began working at a recovery center by the name of ARC Behavioral Health, where they specialize in helping those in recovery.
This job has helped me tremendously stay sober because now everyone that I work with has been through this. And we have a multi-million-dollar company, and every single person, including the CEO, is in recovery.
While addiction can have an effect on the user, it can also impact the relationship they share with family. Holbrook Middle High School junior and freshman Derek and Dylan Fox's father faced the same type of situation.
I think it was always something he struggled with, but as me and Derek kind of grew up and were old enough to see it, that is when we realized that he was an alcoholic.
Their father's addiction not only impacted his relationship with his children, but ultimately broke up their family.
Our dad's alcoholism is probably what ultimately led to our parents getting divorced, and now we still have a relationship with him, but it's obviously not as strong as if he wasn't an alcoholic.
Richard Barnes was your average outgoing and loving kid, but after his parents divorced when he was only 10, his addiction to alcohol began.
I went from a happy-go-lucky kid who wanted to partake in all little games and have fun and really was a good student to becoming angry, bitter, resentful.
And it only got worse from there. When he was 17, Barnes started using cocaine and other stronger substances. More and more, the drugs soon took over his life, ruining not only his body, but also his relationships.
I remember when I did my first line of cocaine when I was 17, I asked what was going to happen. And he said, well, you're going to have fun, you're going to stay up longer. And I wish he could have told me the truth in reality that my cocaine, that first line of cocaine, is going to cost me over $1 million. It's going to lose me scholarships. It's going to have me forego my college education.
Eventually, Barnes was fed up with lying and stealing from his family to support his addiction, and at the age of 38, he finally got clean for his daughter.
You people, you kids, have one thing that I'll never have again, and that's youth. And I beg every one of them not to waste it on a drink or a drug.
If you or someone you know who is currently struggling with addiction, be sure to reach out for help, or you can call a designated hotline, such as the Massachusetts Substance Use Helpline or the American Addiction Center. It's been Amy Yip reporting for Code Blue News. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you for that important information, Amy. People need to understand the effects of drugs.
Reminder, juniors, don't forget to pay your class dues if you have not done so already.
As spring approaches, it is important to go outside and play some sports. Let's remember to sign up on Family ID if you wish to partake in any spring sports.
All athletes must register, and it's better to do it sooner than later.
There will also be homework help available every Tuesday and Thursday right after school.
Homework help will be held in room C-132 at 2:15.
Moving on from boring homework, let's bring it back to sports.
Sam has an update about what's going on with sports around the school.
Hey Bulldogs, here's a quick recap of all our sports in the past few weeks. The ladies finished the season with a record of 7 wins and 13 losses. Their season was ridden with injuries, struggling to uphold their usual starting 5. But this was a breakout season for senior captain Alyssa Slayman. Alyssa reached 1,000 points, becoming the 3rd female in Holbrook history to reach this milestone. The team unfortunately didn't make the playoffs, but Coach Troya looks to improve next season. Moving on to the boys, they have been on fire lately, winning their last game against Avon 57-50, finishing with a regular season record of 16-4. This sent them to the playoffs. Standout guard Armani Perkins was awarded with the Mayflower League MVP, finishing the season averaging 21.7 points per game, leading the Bulldogs. In their first playoff game, the boys torched Falmouth Academy, winning 70-21. Key players include point guard Alan Brown, who led the offense, Matteo Santini, who was a spark plug off the bench, and Armani Perkins, who led the whole team in scoring. That's all for this week. I'm Sam Hobart, and back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Sam.
Hey Chuck, did you know that March marks the start of Women's History Month?
I did actually. Women's History Month was originally just Women's History Week back in 1982.
I'm glad the celebration has evolved from a week to a month though.
If you are feeling generous and have some clothes you don't wear, you should donate to the Cradles to Crayons clothing drive.
The drive will be held from March 20th to the 31st, and you'll be able to donate items in bins at the school. All items should be in plastic bags from size kids 0 to 12, or an adult medium.
Hey Jordan, how was your school break?
It was great, Chuck. I love being able to sleep in and spend time with my family.
That sounds fun. I just worked.
Let's see what you guys did at HMHS over break.
Josh K. Bando, for me, another day, another week in y'all faces. We got another walk and talk for me. I'm gonna go around the school, I'm gonna ask people what they was doing over break, how they been feeling, things of that nature. Let's get into it. I'm here with
Ella.
What's your full government name?
Ella Gallagher.
Wow. What'd you do over break?
I just stayed home and watched movies and hung out with friends.
Oh, I was gonna say, where'd y'all go?
To my house.
See, I didn't. So basically, you didn't leave the crib at all. You was there
Yep.
the whole time?
Whole time.
Big dog. Big dog. Yo, I'm here with.
Pies.
All right, can you give me your full government name?
Pies Mensa.
Wow. You want to know something? Actually, people in my grade tell me that you're the little me. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I guess. Because, like, you kind of look like me. Not going to lie, bro.
I look like you.
Yeah.
So who you think came first?
You.
So you look like me.
Yeah.
So you're my clone.
Yeah.
I'm here with
Nestor.
All right, what'd you do over break?
Played FIFA.
Bro, that's all you did? You didn't hang out? You didn't nothing?
Why would I go outside?
So there's like a thing out there called like grass. And we have trees, so like we need oxygen from that. Do you know what that is, or like?
Yo, actually?
Yeah, like.
What?
You ever been on Cold Blue before?
Yeah.
I feel like I've never seen you on it before. Like once, right?
Yeah, they have me say one word and cut me out.
Are you good? Yeah. I'm here with.
It's Diana's.
What did y'all do over break?
I went to see Disney on Ice.
For real?
Yeah.
Where's that? Like at Disney?
No, like it was in the TD Gardens, I think.
Word. So that's what people ice skating, Cinderella, all of that.
Thanks, Kelvin. It sure seems like you all had a great break.
Well, that about wraps it up for this week's show. I'm Jordan Chaffee.
And I'm Chuck LaRossi. We'll see you next week.